Hi guys, these are the ingredients. You can find them all at your local grocery store. First, we're going to start out with boiling our salt meat, which is the sliced pickled pork. Cut it up into fine squares and chop off all the fat. Okay. Next, I'm pouring some cooking oil into my pot. I have the fire on 7 or 8. You can do higher if you want. Just make sure you don't burn your food. I like to cook on medium. And I'm pouring in a cup of onions. And I'm going to mix that up. Mm-mm-mm. Who loves the smell of onions frying in the pan? It just smells so good. Okay, so after that, I'm just going to mix it some more. Mix it, mix it, mix it. And you do it until, it's a nice brown color. Okay, so I'm just about done mixing it up. Make sure you have a plate under your spoon so it just looks so nasty whenever you put it under there when you just put a bare spoon on the stove. Okay, so we're gonna take some chopped cabbages. As you can see, I have water on the counter because I did wash it. I wash all my food before I cook it. Most of it, like chicken and stuff. So we are going to add the cabbage in, and the cabbage is going to eventually cook down, but right now it's all the way at the top. You don't have to add any water or anything because it's going to make its own water. So right now I'm just mixing it in and not really doing too much. Okay, as you can see, it already cooked down a little bit, but it's going to cook down way more than that. So I'm just mixing it up. Okay, so it cooked down a little bit more, but not too much. I'm adding in some salt, and then I'm going to add in some pepper, and I'm going to add some Tony's into it just to give it a little flavor. And you don't have to worry about seasoning it too much right now because it's, still not done cooking down. I like to add in my seasonings once it cooks down, so just going to mix it up. Now it cooked down to my liking. As you can see, it's full of seasoning. I do like to add sugar in my cabbage. It's just a personal preference for me. Preference. It's a personal preference for me. So I'm just mixing it up, and it looks really good, y'all. It was so good. Okay. So I'm adding in my salt meat now. Your salt meat, you're gonna know. Just taste one of them once you think they're done. So now I'm getting my chicken. Make sure you wash the chicken. This is not straight out the pack. This is the Recipe Secrets onion mushroom pack. You can find that in the seasoning aisle. I like to mix that in my chicken just to give it some flavor. I'm gonna use Tony's. I'm gonna use parsley, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, y'all, any fucking thing I could find, I'm throwing it in there. Okay, so I'm just gonna season my chicken, and I'm mixing everything up together. The chicken is gonna look dark, like it's over seasoned, but it's not, just because the pack is brown. It has like a roux to it, so it's not over seasoned. So don't be alarmed, I promise you. That's just the color of it. So we're gonna butter the pan. The pan does, I mean, the butter does make that gravy that you're looking for, so you don't have any dry chicken. So make sure you are generous with your butter. Okay. So now I'm adding in some onions just to get a little flavor. I I really don't care for the bell pepper taste on my chicken for whatever reason, but I do use bell peppers, but this time I'm only using onions. So yeah, So I'm adding in my chicken, and then I'm gonna put butter on top of each chicken just to get it juicy. And I'm gonna put onions on top as well. And then I'm gonna cover it with some aluminum foil and poke holes through it just so it can breathe. And I'm gonna put that in the oven. I usually set my oven for at 450, 425 to 450. So now I'm just doing what I said I was gonna do. Putting onions on top. And then I'm gonna put butter on top of each one too. This is my handy dandy rice cooker. And I've been having it for a while, so it is kind of dirty. That's not coming off. This is the best rice in the world. This is jasmine rice. This is my favorite rice. It's so soft. It's so good. You won't understand unless you try it. So go buy you some jasmine rice. Okay. Make sure you wash your rice because rice is really dirty. Okay. It's dirty. So make sure you wash it at least 2 to 3 times. So that's basically just what I'm saying. Wash your rice. Some people do add salt, but I don't add salt because I feel like I have enough seasoning in my food and I just don't want it to be salty. So I'm just washing it some more. And I filled the rice up to 2 and I filled the water up to 4. So whatever you use, do double the water. If you use 1 cup of water, do 2. Make sure you fill the water up to 2. Did I say water or rice? If you use 1 cup of rice, make sure you fill your water up to 2. So I'm just pressing the power button and then hit white rice and it's going to cook. So now I'm doing my cornbread, which I'm using the Jiffy, and I use 2 packs of cornbread. So follow the directions on it. And if the recipe calls for 1 egg, use 2 eggs if you're using 2 packs. And I like to add sugar into my cornbread just so it can have a sweet cake taste. Oh my God, it tastes so good when you put sugar in it. It's just so sweet. I just love sugar. So yeah, I'm going to mix that up. All the ingredients, just follow the directions on the back of the pack and you shall be good. Nothing extra, nothing extra. Okay, I'm going to mix all the ingredients up and make sure you grease your pan with some Pam so it doesn't stick, or just any non-stick cooking spray. So I'm just mixing that up. Fun. Okay, so I'm checking my chicken, and the way that I check it is by getting a knife and poking a hole through it. As you can see, there's still some blood on the side, so it's definitely not finished. So I'm just gonna flip it over and then test the other side, which the other side is really tender. So I know that side is done, so I'm just flipping it over. Each chicken, flip it over, and put the foil back on and put it back in the oven until the meat is literally falling off the bone. That's how you know it's going to be done. Okay, guys, so now I'm checking my chicken again. I didn't really keep track of how long I kept it in the oven, but just know that when the meat is falling off the bone, that it is done. Make sure you poke holes through it, and if it goes straight through, then it'll be done. So I'd say maybe about an hour to an hour and 10 minutes to let it bake. I'm not sure exactly how long it took me to bake, and I'm so sorry. Okay, next I'm going to take out my cornbread. Y'all, look how pretty this cornbread is. Oh my God. It's so good. Okay, and this is the finished product. Y'all, it's so good. So if y'all like Southern meals, then this is definitely one to try. Smothered cabbage. I cannot talk. Smothered cabbage, baked chicken, and cornbread. If you want to keep some meat on your bones, this is definitely the meal. Bye, y'all.